It was a scary moment. He was evaluated for concussion, and he's in the concussion protocol. He was at the hospital. I believe he's about to get discharged. Everything is checked out. That he didn't have anything more serious than a concussion. He'll be flying back with us here on the plane. I don't think that an injury from last week made him fall the same way this week, you know. But yeah, I do not have any, absolutely zero patience for or will ever put a player in a position to for them to be in harm's way. That is not what I'm about at all, and no outcome of a game would ever influence me being irresponsible as the head coach of the football team.
Well, I got my sunglasses on this morning because the sun is shining. It's a new day. Life is good. It's more important for someone to live a life than it is to play football. I think last night we learned that. We understood that life and the pursuit of happiness is much more fulfilling, much more meaningful than scoring a touchdown or winning a football game. I'm not even watching the news today. Turned it off. Don't want to see it. Between the hurricane and with what happened with Tua, there's nothing I really want to delve into right now. The only thing I want to know, are people safe over in Southwest Florida? And is Tua Tagovailoa going to be healthy? It's not worth it for me to lament and wonder what's going to happen for the rest of the football season, because that's not really important. I got my Notre Dame shirt on today because they play tomorrow and they've been having a crappy season as well. But that's what a fan does. A fan doesn't stop supporting a team because they have a bad record. A fan doesn't stop supporting a team because one of its major players gets hurt. That's a game. Football is a game. People are getting paid to play a game. What we saw last night was when life intersects with a game. What we saw last night was a young man who laid out there on a field, bare before God, helpless. When I was a sophomore in high school, I saw something tragic I never want to see again as well. A guy was trying to block one of my teammates. He missed the block, hit the grass, snapped his neck, was paralyzed on the ground right in front of me. I stood as a 16-year-old boy completely shell-shocked, not knowing what the hell was going on. I watched as the doctors tried test after test to see what kind of feeling he had. I watched as they pricked him with a needle and asked him to let the doctors know when he felt it. He never felt it. The kid was paralyzed from the neck down that day. That's when I realized that even though I was playing football, I had the chance and it would be out of my control to be seriously injured. But I kept playing. That's what players do. They understand that life gets in the way. Tua just got married. I'm sure they're thinking about starting a family. He has a big family in Hawaii. And what was most important last night was seeing that young man healthy, getting the news. What's not important is the bullshit all over Twitter and the bullshit all over ESPN. Some doctor saying that the coaches should be fired. Some doctor saying that, there should be arrests made. There's time for all that investigative stuff. But right now, all people should be worried about, all people should be talking about, nothing else, is how is Tua Tagovailoa, and is he recovering, and will he be okay? Not when he's coming back, not when he can play again. Will Tua Tagovailoa be okay? We owe that respect. We owe him that respect. We owe him that concern as a man, not as a football player. I just was sickened last night looking at the trolls that were actually celebrating a young man getting hurt. I had to wonder, what kind of life do you live? What kind of person are you that celebrates somebody's injury, that celebrates somebody's life possibly being threatened? Where are we as a society if that's what people get delight in? I just don't get it. I see it every day on the news, and I see the atrocities happening across the country. What happened? Where are we? What is going on? It's not just politics. It's everything in life at this point. People have become scumbags. I just don't get it. But for me, today is about Tua and his recovery. Tua and living his life. I'm not even going to discuss if Tua is going to come back to play the New York Jets. That is the least of my thoughts at this point. It's the least thing I have on my mind is the New York Jets and the NFL. My thoughts right now are completely 100% focused on hoping this young man can regain everything he had. Turn off the news today. Enjoy life. The sun's shining. Life will go on. Let me know what you think. But I had to get this off my chest first thing in the morning. Probably not going to get any views. People don't want to hear it, but I had to make it. I had to make it for me. Talk to you soon. And fins up.